Hi, this is Terry Gunn. This is a little preview of how to build a website. The course has 6 videos. The very first one starts off with an introduction and kind of an overview of what to expect in the course. Let's listen in just a little bit. Pay money for it, or you can learn to do it yourself. I think you've made a wise choice to learn to do it yourself. 3 years ago, I didn't know how to build a website. I have a son that was good at it, and he had been doing it all for me, and I just kind of hitchhiked on his abilities, but he's got married and gone on and has a family of his own and didn't have much time, and so I had to learn how to build websites. And it was tough at first. I had to struggle. I had to ask questions. I had to learn how to do certain things. I had to learn how to work with domain names. I had to learn how to upload FTP files. I had to learn HTML just a little bit. You can do it. And then the second video talks about domains and how to buy them and how to treat them and different things that you can do with domains and the things that you need to do to get the domain set up and working right. How to build a simple website. Websites can be simple. They can be complicated, I grant you that, but they don't have to be. They can be simple. A website is housed in cyberspace. Somebody has a big server with a lot of space on it, somebody like GoDaddy or HostGator or any number of other companies, and they rent you some space to host what is known as a website. And the only way people can get there is that they have a domain name, which you have to buy. You rent the space, but you buy the domain name, and people can find your information with that method. This is a simple little WordPress website that's in the process of being built. And I'm going to show you how to build a WordPress website. This is also a website, just a simple little squeeze page to collect names and addresses. You may have seen one like this. You may have seen this one. It's also a website. It has a domain name, and it has a place where the information is stored. So when you type in the domain name, it takes you to that server where the information is stored, and it comes on your computer. It's really quite simple. And then the third video talks about hosting and different hosting plans and some of the things that you might need to do to get the hosting set up and running properly. Let's listen. GoDaddy knows where to put it, and it's going to take a little bit. It's pending, you can see, and it won't take very long, maybe 30-40 minutes, sometimes longer, and this will change to setup, and I can absolutely load files to this new spot as soon as that's set up. And that's all there is to it. I have bought the domain name, I have opened my hosting account, I've made the folder that I needed, and I've pointed the domain name to that folder. I am ready to send files to there. In another video I will show you how to do that from FileZilla, but in this one I want to make this one a little more complicated than just a 1 or 2 page. I am going to use WordPress on this one. So I am going to go back to my account and to the hosting, and I want to launch the Deluxe Web Hosting. Launch. And we are going to find WordPress right there. Click on that. And this is so much easier than doing it other ways. You can download WordPress to your desktop and do all this manually, but it's so much easier to do it this way. Okay, this is my Deluxe Hosting, the directory that I just created. Art of List Building. I've got to have a username and a password. To confirm, and it looks like it matches. WordPress is installing. There's the Deluxe Hosting to the folder Art of List Building. So once that gets done, I can start building this website. We have just installed WordPress. And then the next video in the series talks about WordPress. starting from the very beginning, very basics, loading WordPress onto the site, and then the basic editing tools that are necessary to get it up and running properly and looking good. WordPress is operational. We need to type /WP-admin, and that will take us to the admin spot so we can begin to edit this thing. We have the shell built, and if you remember right, when we were setting up WordPress, we had to come up with a username and a password. And if I remembered it all right, this should get us in. Check it out. Here is the dashboard. We have a brand new WordPress site up and ready. And they're wanting to take you on a tour. If you want to go on the tour, click Show Me. Otherwise, for now, we'll click Cancel. Here's one thing you always need to watch: the updates. It'll tell you when anything that you're using in WordPress needs an update. So let's click on Updates and see what it is that needs to be updated. It's not WordPress. You have the latest version of WordPress. There must be something that needs to be updated. Click on the plugin. There's a couple of plugins that come with WordPress. Here we go. Jetpack has a new update. So anytime you see that, you go right over here. You see this little red circle that indicates that there's an update. Go over here where it says Update Now. Click on that. It should begin to update. Here we go. It updated it and reactivated it successfully. All right, one of the first things you're going to want to do when you open up a new WordPress site is find you a theme. And then video number 5 talks about building an FTP site. A squeeze page is built from scratch right before your eyes. We are going to make a squeeze page. A squeeze page is simply one page on a server. It's actually a website because it will have a domain name and it will have space on a server. So we're going to just start from scratch and see if we can build a squeeze page rather painlessly right now. We'll start here in the middle on a blank page. Composer is a free site, and the link is provided for you on this website in the resource section. Kompozer, Composer. And this is a free HTML editing site. So we're going to start with this blank page, a new site, and let's make a headline. What do you say? Well, here's the cursor flashing, so we'll say make, let's call it $5,000 in 3 months. Just sounds good. Now, once we get that typed in there, you'll notice that we can highlight it, and it works pretty much like any word processor that you use. We will center it, and then if it's going to be a headline, it needs to be a lot bigger than that, so we will just click on this big A until we get it the size we want it. There it is. And instead of black, we'll click on this black square, which gives us a color palette. We'll make it red. Okay? And let's make it bold. We can do that. Now, it is indeed a headline. Check that out. All right. Subheadline should be something like what? Make $5,000 in 3 months. This report will give you all the facts. All right. Now, subheadline is usually not as big as the main headline, so we're going to shrink it. Use the little a, and we'll take it down a couple notches. All right, maybe one less, and let's make it black. So now we have a subheadline. Okay? Suppose you want to enter a picture. Let's try this. We want to insert an image, and we'll go, let's see, HTTP. We got to know where we're going to put this image. And then the last video is a short little video, a conclusion, and it kind of wraps things up a little bit and puts a period at the end of the sentence. Direction. Built a website with WordPress and built a website, a squeeze page website with just an FTP uploader. There are other things that you can do, and I know that you know that, but I've tried to make sure that you learn the basics. If you don't want to do any of that, you can actually go to GoDaddy, and they have a website builder where you can go in and not have to know anything. You can just go to their $1 a month for personal, or the $4.99 is the best one for business. Add to cart. That includes a domain name, and they'll help you set it up. You can actually go through a little wizard and do it that way and not have to know any of this stuff. But that's not the purpose of this course. I wanted to make sure that you learn how to do this. It's so much better if you can do it all yourself. You'll understand it. You can communicate about it. You can understand what's happening. And the purpose of this course is to give you the education. You can do it other ways, but now you have the education. Make sure you don't put this course on your hard drive somewhere and never look at it again. Get in there and build something. Build a website. Build a couple of websites. Practice it. You'll feel so much better about yourself if you can do this, and I'll feel good about it. It's been fun bringing it to you. I hope you've enjoyed learning about this, and I hope you'll actually do something with it. Build a website. Let me know how it goes. This is Terry Gunn saying thank you so much for putting your trust in me, and I hope you've enjoyed learning as much as I've enjoyed bringing this to you. Let's do it again sometime. Here we are on the home page to scatteredducks.com, which houses how to build a website. When you purchase the product, you're automatically logged in and you're ready to get to work and view the videos. You can log in from the front page. There's a login button right there. I'm already logged in, so if I log out, it should show a login. There we go. And the information is already filled in by default. So that should not be an issue. And you can go to the courses that are available. At this time there are two. They would have bought How to Buy a Website before they got in here. If they did not buy the OTO, you can buy it at this point. And you can go to the members area, and the two choices are there. Go to How to Build a Website. If you've not logged in, you don't have to go to the back of the front page. You can do it right here. On any page, there should be a login button. And once you click the login, bang, you're automatically in. It should come up in just a matter of a few seconds, depending on the size of the video, of course. There it is. You click the same link to turn it off, and you can go to the next one. Just that simple. Not a difficult process at all. Then there's a resource link. Any of the links, any of the things that are mentioned in any of the videos or recommendations, they are listed as links right here on the resources page. There's FileZilla, Composer. The components that are needed to build a website are all right here on the resource page. And then there's a page that has a couple of motivational blogs you can look at, and an about page, a contact page that are just standard procedure. And that is basically it for scatteredducks.com. It should be a nice, easy, comfortable experience for all those that buy the courses. I hope this little review helps you decide that you can promote how to build a website. A lot of people need to know how to build a website. A lot of people would like to know how to build a website. And I hope you promote it and do very well with it. Thank you very much.